disappointment. Now the vice president often tell me, since he got a seat as vice president, how many persons have I recommended in this government to serve in the government as presidential appointee? 0. Every appointment in Nima County was done by him. He and I would discuss something as a brother. To implement it, you will bypass me and do different things. I don't talk on it.
Now you need to see us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
The good person in our whole United Party, that President Bouaka. You want to say that again? The only person that appreciate good among all the United Party for that President Bouaka. The rest are ungrateful. The right, they use you and dumb you. But President Bouaka, if all of them were taking the President Bouaka and behaving the President Bouaka, United Party will have another chance in 2029. Just for now, they do not regard people that help them. I'm not.
3 of our soldiers were executed on this party ground. 2 at the back and 1 right at the headquarters. The man who shot and killed our people today is a darling boy in the Liberia National Police. They brought him back to shoot more guns. Get ready to shoot. Because we challenge the status quo appropriately.
Inform them in the violence, suspect any student you have because of their action. It will be the day the entire Bouaka administration will crack down. We will massively violate the students in this country and will shut down the Bouaka administration. The day that happens, we have the capability to do so. And if they think this renovation project is a joke, let them try it. The fall of the Bouaka administration begin with this. If they think they will temper on any student in this country or at the university like Garguah and water with impunity, while our children saving opponents and logic in the Western world, while we are subjected to actual poverty and bad learning conditions here, and the thing will say. In
the first 100 days, no car will get stuck on a major road in this country. And I mean it.
You say you're alive?
It's going down. First blow. There you have it.
That led to decades of war still run deep. But so too does the longing for reconciliation. A reconciliation defined not by political bargaining or by an artificial balance of power by tribe, region, religion, or ethnicity, but by the equality of opportunity and a better future for all Liberians.
Bouaka can lie, the government, all the ministers in the government, they can lie. They don't put all hustle, they put a hustle, they lie. Everything they say, they never say the truth.
Today, the supporters of His Excellency Joseph Bouaka presents him as a poor man from Lofa and asserts that he will understand the plight of the poor people. Fellow Liberians, do not be fooled. Vice President Bouaka is not poor like you, not even as me. As Vice President, his office received more money from the government budget than any other Vice President has received in Liberia's history. He has enjoyed some of the best and most lucrative government jobs.
There's this, what I call sort of vicious lie about the fact that Mr. Pewee is gay or bring gay lifestyle to Liberia. It's complete bullshit. When people can accuse you of stealing people's money, when they can accuse you of being involved in the war, anything, people don't make up stuff. They don't make up shit. Excuse my language, right? So it's complete nonsense. I'm married, 8 Teresa, 2 children, 5 grandchildren. I believe in traditional family values, so it's complete bullshit, complete nonsense.
And the young man, vice president, young man that vice president, the man just stole 500,000. I mean, Jamaica, the man just went to, I forgot that Jamaica, the man just went to Ghana, the fit, and the man bring it all company in the country. I mean, Kun, they can't reach himself. Kun, man, you know, Kun, but I want to sophisticated, quiet, hardcore rule in Labro. But Labro,
when 2029 come and pass, then you finally leave. Mission is completed. Now, what the rules of engagement? When the war ended, the guy said, the captain, the commander said, mission complete. There wounded out first. All men on board.
Everywhere there is no school, I will put school. And everywhere there is school and school in bad condition, I will renovate it. I told them, towns and villages, everywhere you will have lights in a town for children to play, for people to see. I told them, every town will have safe drinking water.
If Charles Taylor is the problem, he will be out of here in the twinkle of an eye. And I say, let well-meaning Liberians come home. If we respect this constitution, a government formed in Accra is a violation of Article 1 of the Constitution. Let them come home. Let that government be formed in Monrovia.
The government that capital road, small, then road, B road, all kinds of dollars. I think the reason Joseph Boakai will not do much because the old man, the papa is suffering. The papa loves the country, but he can't make it. The criminal there around him, they sophisticated than him. They are sophisticated criminals, so they can't make it.
Your league Costa, God know how to pay people. It's just simple. Costa that accused everybody here but himself. Everybody, Joe, we join, we accuse Joe, he killed Joseph Boakai. Boakai still living. Joe, when I go, no, you leave my brother. He made me senator. He almost made Joseph Boakai president until he screwed up. We gave God the glory. Yeah. Well, Boakai, when he screwed, he said, oh, we don't want to make sure we will fought for him to be reconciled with the president. And then the people who fought for him. Look, Yoli Costa, you come. And Costa on a podcast, he said, they don't been calling me. Okay. The time you were calling me for me to carry the president, Boakai, did I put it on radio? That immaturity to do what you're talking about.
And I
no, son,
guarantee you, when we finish, there will not be a winner or the loser. Today, we all wear the jersey of Liberia. And the victory belongs to the people, to the peace, and to our democracy. As we begin to build upon the foundation of this new Liberia, I, George Seleke Kromah, the new president, will first give thanks and praises to the Almighty God for the blessing He has bestowed upon our country. And I say, my people, thank you,
We elected on 85 irresponsible men what happened to our country. We elected on 85 irresponsible men to govern this country, not to be very irresponsible.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jerome Gayman, your brother, your father, your cousin, your friend from Grand Bassa County. In the house, I am here comfortably seated in the great state of Miami, not in Liberia, Miami, but I'm in the market of Miami, but I'm in Fort Pierce, Florida. South Florida, we are having a great time. The weather is beautiful. Today is midweek. You are over the hump. If you are in Liberia, you are happy because tomorrow starts the eve of the weekend. So you can't wait to start tomorrow, Thursday, so the weekend can begin. The jolly, jolly Liberia man and his jolly, jolly. In the United States, East Coast time, it is 5:11 p.m. We are just getting out of work. So we are just going over the hump. But if you are in every part of this world, if you're on the East Coast, on the West Coast, Central Time, if you are in a GMT time zone, we say share this show, let everybody else know that you are here. Today is going to be very interesting. We are going to be talking politics about Liberia, and anything that you think we should be talking about, put it in our chat section. When we open the phone line, tell us what it is that you want to talk about, and we shall sure talk about it. It's all about you. What affects you? Our job is to give you the news, undiluted, unfiltered. It is your job. We report, and then you're going to decide whether we are talking the truth or not. Even to those who it may not sound pleasant. It is still our position, our job, that whether you like it or not, we will tell you the news. We give you the news as it is. There may be some that the news we gave may be, music to the ears. And that's good too. Today may be music to your ears. Tomorrow you may be frowning on it as well. So yes, today is Wednesday, the 8th of July in our Lord 2026. Let me welcome our folks from Freedom FM. When they get situated, they will come back on, introduce themselves, recognize the station, and welcome all of their followers. And for our parent company, 96.1 Truth FM, we say welcome. If you are listening to us, watching us, thank you for using your data to tune in. If you are listening to us by way of radio, we say welcome and thank you very much. It is all about you. If you are watching us through our YouTube channel, we say thank you very much for tuning in. I want to say thank you to Mr. Emmanuel Bro. I think he's going to be the next mayor of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Well-informed, highly intelligent young man who needs to run for office and bring some sanity to that blue, crazy Democratic state. Crazy folks. They are so blue, they are crazy. That's the state of Minnesota. It is so blue, I don't even know what to call it. It is deep blue. Sometimes you want to say royal blue, navy blue. No, this is different kind of blue. They are so liberal. If you cut Mr. Emmanuel, you took a knife, a razor blade, you cut Emmanuel Bro's veins, you're going to find his blood, blue blood running out of his veins. Either way, he's still an American. We love you. We love all Americans. Thank you very much for tuning in, Mr. Bro, Emmanuel Bro. Mr. Wulu is a Liberia Civil Rights Movement official spokesperson, is watching live from Upper Caldwell, Monrovia. Upper Caldwell. Thank you very much for tuning in. Our folks in Caldwell. I had issue when I was in Liberia. I couldn't tell the difference between Dixville and Caldwell. And then folks would tell me, okay, if you go across the bridge, then you are in Dixville. You go a little farther, you are in Caldwell. Okay. So I was getting some geographical education while I was driving towards Dixville. I've always thought that was Caldwell, but they said, no, that's Caldwell is a little farther down the road. So if you're in Caldwell, we say welcome. If you are in my hometown of Buchanan, we say welcome to the show. Tune in, let us know what's bothering you or what catch your heart. And that's what we say in Liberia. That's correct. We're going to have Myean here also to let us know what's going on the ground. What are the people saying? One of the things that people are saying that we need to talk about is from my hometown of Grand Bassa County. The senator from Grand Bassa County, Senator Nyenwolo Gongloe, President pro tempore of the Liberian Senate. She has done it again. Members of the Senate has again donated a huge sum of money to her foundation. About a year ago or so, the Senate donated, I think, $10,000 to her father's foundation, also in her father's church. This is what we call greed, selfishness, and total disregard of the folks in a country where people are suffering, where the government, the Senate, the House of Representatives, and the executive say there is no money in the country. The Senate is giving out money to one of their own. Especially when you look at the headline, what it says. The headline in Liberia in one of the papers said, President Joseph Boakai seeks House approval for US $16.7 million from the African Development Bank to finance the 2026 budget shortfall. Just think about that. The government that is being led by Nyenwolo Gongloe and the president and the House, the executive, they are saying there is a shortfall, the government does not have any money. But members of the Senate are giving money away to friends free of charge, while the Liberians are struggling. While we have trash all over the place. $10,000 could have hired 1,000 young folks, give them $100 a piece, let them help clean the drainages, the streets. At least you would be making somebody happy for the July 26th. But instead, you took the money and gave it to one of your friends. And you want people to take you seriously. You want people to take you seriously as a government, as a people, as a nation. You are going to beg, to borrow money from a bank. You have a deficit. There's always a shortfall when Garguah is around. You said you have $1.2 billion US. In some segments and corners of the government, they say, in fact, there were some surpluses. But then you are asking for $16.7 million loan from the African Development Bank to finance your shortfall. What happened to the $1.2 billion for which people were dancing all over the place? We discuss. There is a controversy erupting over Senator Kanye's alleged use of legislative license plate. Senator Boto Kanye has come under fire in the Republic of Liberia. Did the Senate issued license plate end up on a commercial charcoal truck? We were examining how in the world with a representative of members of Congress, the lawmaker, using his powerful legislative plate to sell charcoal. What kind of country is this? How? How is it possible in the law-abiding country a government that prides itself on the rule of law is part of the arrest agenda? That the lawmakers' official license plate is going to be on a pickup truck selling charcoal. How greedy can you be? How much money do these people want? The hundreds of thousands of dollars you're making in the Senate for working 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and 6 months off is not enough. Nobody's stopping you for selling your coal. But why you do not want to do it legally, why you do not want to form a corporation, why you do not want to buy a car, why don't you want to pay your own insurance, register your car, hire someone to sell your coal? Instead, you are circumventing the law, taking government license plate and putting it on your charcoal truck. It is criminal. Justice D. Baker, he says, "Greeting, great man. I am watching you from the great county of Maryland, specifically Peabody District Zone 4 Junction. Excellent. I love Peabody. I was there one time in my lifetime. I was in Harper and someone told me you got to go to Peabody. And they took me to Peabody. It was my first time seeing the tradition where the people drinking juice with pepper. They were eating the pepper and they drinking the juice. I never saw that. I'm from Boston. I never saw that before. And I just couldn't fathom that in 100-degree heat, cane juice and hot pepper. This is what the American man said, traveling is an education in itself. When you travel, you see different things, different culture in the same country. Our diversity, that's what makes us great. Then I was in Harper and I was the guest of the late Netta Davis. And they introduced me to a special kind of palm butter they call something they call tabadoo. Tabadoo. Great folks. I went to another beautiful city in Maryland County called Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia has or had some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in Liberia. Outside of Buchanan, obviously. Outside of Massa, obviously. Philadelphia. If you are in Maryland County, if you are in Cape Palmas, make sure you go to the spot called, or the section of Maryland County, the section of Cape Palmas called Philadelphia. Beautiful folks. Maryland County, beautiful women, tabadoo, and cane juice and pepper. Give you a nutshell of the culture of Maryland County, city life. But yes, a lawmaker is breaking the law. Senator Boto Kane, you are a disgrace. You are a lawbreaker, not a lawmaker. You are stealing from the Liberian people. You should have a car registered. You should have paid your fees to the Department of Motor Vehicle and pay to have your own insurance and register your business as a charcoal producer. Instead, you are using private cars and using your legislative plate. That's illegal. It shouldn't happen. But only in Liberia. Boto Kane, we are coming for you. Information Minister Mr. Pierre rejects claim linking the VP Coon to the $19 million drugs. He labeled the allegation political gambling. For those of us who have vowed or vouched to not let the drug thing go to waste, he is saying we are gambling politically. It's a political gamble. I wonder what he means by that. Who's gambling? Is the VP gambling, as most people think? Or we who are just the pundits? Prince Due, say good evening, my brother. How are you and the team members? I am Prince D. Due, watching from Zwedru, Grand Judea County. Oh man, we are in line. Yes, from Maryland, Grand Judea, Nimba, obviously Montserrat, then Minnesota, Caldwell. Let me welcome all of my folks from Grand Judea County, specifically Zwedru City. Thank you very much for taking your time to tune in by radio, using your data to tune in, watch. Excellent, Prince. Our folks from Kehleboe, from Maryland County, thank you very much for tuning in. Share the show, send in your comments. Our representatives from the House of Representatives, from the House of Senate, Senator Boto Kane, riding around Liberia, selling charcoal, using government plates to circumvent the system. The very government he represents are supposed to be collecting money. He doesn't want to pay into the collection part of the government, but he wants to get paid every weekend, every month end. Because for people like Boto Kane, President Joseph Walker is seeking $16.7 million loan from the African Development Bank just to cover payroll and benefits. Because of people like Boto Kane, who does not want to pay into the government account. He doesn't want to register a car. He doesn't want to pay insurance. He doesn't want to pay business dues. So he clandestinely removed the license plate from his official car and puts it on a vehicle to sell charcoal. Instead of the information minister talking about these important issues, he attacked those who are talking about corruption in the country, drug issues in the country. He is saying anyone who accuses the vice president is playing political gamble. That's Minister Pewee, Jerelinka or Jerelimic Pewee. Liberia is never short of news. Senator Momo Saros rejects report linking Seagull Security to the U.S. $19 million drug investigation, reaffirms support for independent probe. Does Senator Momo Saros has standing to request a probe when he himself brought into the country tons of liquor refused to declare, because if he declared these liquors, he will have to pay thousands of dollars into the government revenue. So what did Saros do? He threw a tantrum, beating his chest, yelling and screaming that he's a Liberian senator. He got duty-free, he got XYZ, he got diplomatic passport, whatever it is. He felt he was untouchable. At the end, everybody bowed to the pressure and allowed the senator to come into the country with his loot. That's exactly what it is. Taxes that were supposed to be paid into the government coffers. Senator Momo Saros circumvented the system. Who knows? He may have picked up the phone and called the police chief, the LDA. He may have even called the president. And the poor people who work at the airport, who are doing the best they can to make sure that everybody lays by the rule, these are the folks who are under pressure. I won't be surprised if the young man or young woman who told the senator to declare the liquor and pay his taxes, I would be surprised if he or she still has a job. Momo Saros will tell you one of the reasons that we had a coup, that many people lost their lives, was this thing they call, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Who are you to stop me? I am a senator of this republic. Do you know who I am? A few years ago, we saw an associate justice lambasting a young man who was just a mad security guard doing his job. Told the associate justice, this part of the terminal is under construction. It has a yellow tape around. You cannot use the bathroom. Please use the other side. And she said, do you know who I am? trying to hold the young man in contempt, to have him arrested for doing his job. Yomi Benedict Toby said, I encourage you to share your views on the $100 million cocaine case that drew widespread attention during the previous administration. As a journalist, your responsibility is to inform the public with facts and balanced reporting. Many Liberians would like to know your assessment of the investigation, the court proceedings, and the final outcome of the case. Open and evidence-based discussion of matters of national importance can help citizens better understand the issue. Yomi Toby, I couldn't agree with you more. That's exactly why we are here. $100 million in cocaine. Confiscated, busted at the seaport. We were all here watching the guys leaving the courtroom, happy, basically waving to Liberia like we are fools. Within the twinkle of an eye, they were out of the country. This is why when the President Joseph Boakai administration came to power, the deputy director of the LDEA said, I have done my assessment and based on the evidence. Drug has captured Liberia. He said it. So based on the evidence. The judiciary is involved. The Senate is involved. The lower house is involved. The executive is involved. And he said, and if we are going to fight this fight, it has to be comprehensive and we have to be strong. The next day he lost his job. So Toby, the gentleman is right. Liberia has been a captured state. This is not about party. This is not about individual. This is about a state that have been captured by the cartel. Why we do not have conclusive evidence, Mr. Tobatsi. Uloti, I love that name. Uloti. People from the South, they love that name, Uloti. Joseph Walakanda, he said, yes, TCA and all. Good evening, my friend. While we do not have conclusive evidence that these people are involved, the international wires are saying based on their own investigation intelligence, there is no way $100 million, $50 million, $19 million drug will come into a country, and the intelligence, the people at the highest, at the epitome, the very, very top. There is no way that a drug of that magnitude will get into the country, enter the airport, enter our storage facilities, Without our security apparatus being in the know, somebody somewhere is giving order. A regular guy like Toby cannot bring that quantity of drug into the country without somebody giving you some assistance from the higher up. The apex, the very top. When you look at the Liberia national budget, the NSA get more money than almost any other agency on a regular basis. Why? Intelligence, national security. This is why they say they cannot be audited, they cannot be questioned. Everything is clandestine. They are working hard when we are sleeping at night. They are hovering over our nation, all the borders, our seas, our rivers, our lakes, our forests. That's why they get paid big bucks, $18, $21 million. This is why the LGEA gets paid. That's why they are funded. So for something of that magnitude to happen, if they can catch a little guy in West Point or Logantown with marijuana, few blunts, few stick of marijuana, and they parade him all over Monrovia. If you can detect few grams of marijuana, few pot, but you cannot catch 500 pounds of raw cocaine. Something is intrinsically wrong with the system. Some people want to say maybe they need more training, they need more skill. Nonsense. Your job when you apply for a position, your job as a manager is to solve problems. It's not to complain. If you knew you couldn't do the job, why did you come with this huge resume as to who you are? You're going to do this, you're going to do that, you have cut and pasted things that don't even make sense. And the Liberian man going to say, oh, he or she is well qualified. He has a master's degree. He has gone to the FBI Academy. He has gone to the Naval Academy. He has gone to Colombia. He has done training in China. But then when it's time for you to produce, then you fall back to your default position. We are understaffed. We need more training. The reason I send my staff to be trained, when they come back, they become trained, the trainers. Everybody cannot go for training, but those who go for the fullest extent of the training. And when they come back and train the rest of the folks here. So if you are the leader of the LDEA and you have done all, according to your resume, you have done all these trainings, because he came from the LMP, he came from the Liberia National Police, he got tons of training in everything else, so they brought you over. And now you are telling us you need more manpower. You need more training. The excuse is so tiring and tired. Liberian people, they themselves, they even know it. They can see real through that. So a few months ago, you went for the hearing to justify and defend your budget. You needed additional money because you wanted to buy equipment, you want to buy all of these things that gave you the money. And the police chief sat right before the Senate and told them that we are so bad, we don't even have an office space at the airport. The LDEA, he wants us to believe that the LDEA is inept because they don't even have an office space at the airport. Is it about equipment? Is it about manpower? Or is it about performance? It is about performance. And we see this everywhere we go. Most of the men and women in Liberia that are in position of management have never managed anything outside of Liberia. So their worldview of management is zero. They will give you the long list of I've been in the police in 1925. The only place they have ever managed is the old system in the Republic of Liberia. So you take garbage and you put it into a system. I know I did 1 or 2 business courses. They say GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. During Armed Forces Day, you saw how the Liberian National Police, how they dressed. They dressed up the Rambos. They got all the gears. One of the guys had a barbed wire on his shoulders. The other one had the big guns. They had goggles. They had shades. They had helmets. They had bulletproof vests. You name it. They looked at people from the space ships. When you look at them you look at their photos, you say, wow, this man is the real Rambo. But when it comes to performance review, he's a shell, hollow, painted real well outside, looking good, but when you open it, there's nothing, absolutely nothing. These are the management material we got in the Liberian Republic. This is why they run to Liberia and they lie and say, I am making a great sacrifice. I'm leaving my 6-figure job to come to Liberia to take $5,000 a month. I like the Liberian people to say, we ain't stupid here. Who in the world is going to leave $200,000 a month that takes care of his mortgage, his family, his taxes and everything, and go leave it to go to Liberia and take a job for $6,000? Look him or look her in the eye and say, you are a liar. There's more to it than you're trying to admit to us. I am tired hearing, oh, I'm going to Liberia to make a sacrifice. Tell that to somebody else. I make good money. I own my own business. I couldn't go to Liberia to leave my family and my bills and everything. There's no money in Liberia that would pay me to maintain myself in Liberia, maintain my lifestyle, and maintain my family here. It's impossible without stealing. Unless I was like the guy from the bank, Central Bank of Liberia, where you make $50,000 a month, which I think is highway robbery. But yes, If you get that kind of job, yes, you can leave any job in life in America, because nobody in America makes that kind of money that I know of. You leave from here. You're working in the Liberian food store. You're selling cow skin. And God smiles on you, and someone calls you to Liberia and gave you a job to be a director. That is not only a promotion, that is double promotion. You have never managed human capital. You have never managed finance. You have never managed a credit. You have never paid bills on time. And then you leave from here, you go to Liberia, you go become a director or something. You have never worked in the Americas. You have never managed anything. And you leave from here, you go to Liberia. They smile on you because of politics and gives you a job. And you become managing director at LBS. When the only thing you have ever done in America was work at the Liberian food store selling cow skin. And you go to Liberia, you get 3 telephones in your hand, you got a security, you got a car, you're walking around with your white towel wiping your face, and people fanning you. They fanning you, oh, director, yeah, but people, and you're walking around.
Well,
you got 2 hands, 2 telephones.
Yeah, two telephone security, then a band ball.
3 telephones.
And then when he walks in there, then his PR man gets us, ladies and gentlemen, this is the director of Freedom FM, Junkies. Just stand up. Everybody says, yeah, boss man. That's his managerial experience. Let me welcome Junkies Morris and our brothers and sisters, Freedom FM 87.9. Welcome to the show. Introduce yourself, introduce your channel, your station, and say hi to your followers.
And good to be here again to our followers here in Liberia and the diaspora. My name is Junkies Morris. I'm here on Freedom FM 87.9, hosting the closing argument here with Honorable Jerome Gayman, Honorable Johnny KM Ndebi. And we are here on the closing argument. Our followers, William Debbie Wulu is following from Carwell. Emmanuel Brewer is following from Minneapolis, that's Minnesota, the USA. Justice D. Baker is following from Maryland County, Peabody, Southern District. He's following.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's following from my district. Prince D. Dwyer is following from Grangeda County, Zweju. Nora Hooks is also following. Yomi Benedict Tobe is watching. Tobasi Christopher Loti Tobasi is following. Joseph Wale Kende is following. Felix Electronics is following. Mike Ball Jen is following. William Duan is also following here. And Cotto Brown is following. Verma McIntosh Clark is following. And all of you following us via the radio and the means that you are using to get us, welcome. This is the closing argument here on Freedom FM 87.9. Back to you, Mr. Gayman.
Thank you very much. Let me welcome the indomitable Johnny KM Debe, the representative and senator from Lofa County. Talk to me. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Gayman. I want to really appreciate my brother and friend from the Freedom FM. I like the way he's introducing himself. I didn't know you from Peabody, Southern. You know, Mr. Gayman, that's one part of this country that when I'm in, I feel like I'm in my hometown. When I'm in the Southeast, for some reason, when I'm in Peabody, Southern, I'm in Nagbe, or Nipachelu, or in Wachokian, or Middletown downtown, or I'm in, or what other place. I mean, in Parable, or Grofakian, or places, I just feel like I'm home in Lofa. That tells you that Liberia is a one country with one people, one culture, one destiny. Our difference is just our language. And that should not distinguish us. It should not stop us from being together, stop us from being from building this country to be a place where no one should condemn. My name is Johnny Kwebli Monimba Ndebe. You know, when I'm in the southeast, the people in Myean call me Naile or Simejile. You know, inside they call me Simejile. When I'm in Maryland, they call me Naile. Because my last name Ndebe means catfish. So in Grebo it's called Naile, in Kru it's called Simejile, you know, and that's how my people know me in those countries when I'm there. And when I move into Grand Jide in the Crown region, they call me Kwedia. Kwedia means catfish in Crown. When I'm when I'm in Nimba, or in the Gio or the Mano or the Crown region, you know, Nimba has Gio, Crown, and Bassa. So the Crown district in Nimba is the what they call what the place? Oh my God. Okay, the Gio district or the Crown district is, I can't forget the name. So they have a whole district in Nimba as a Crown district. And have the Gio region and Mana region, and the Bassa region is basically the Gui and Doru area where the guy
that's the secret terrain.
Yeah, so that's connecting with Riverside County coming down towards Grand Bassa and around. And then in Grand Jide, we have the Bow and Plo that are close to the Sesta River. That's why in Grand Jide, the Bassa Crown sound like Bassa because they are close to Riverside and close to, the stores of Gui region in Nimba, But let me just say this. I'm on this show because I have a lot of experience, 20 years experience working in Liberia, in all the counties. I have interacted with all of the tribal leaderships in the country. The Crown leaders, the Kehleboe leaders, Sapo leaders, Pastor leaders, crew leaders. If I tell you that Grand Crew, the name Grand Crew, Grand Crew is basically 80% Kehleboe, 20% crew. It's just Sastan and Grand Cess. Well, even Barclayville, Barclayville is a Kehleboe town. It's a Kehleboe community. Bewan, Benway, and let's go ahead and get new all that. So Kehleboe people in there. So in the southeast of Liberia, the Kehleboe tribe is the most dominant tribe there because even in Sino County, we have a whole district of Kehleboe people there called Kehleboe.
Yeah, the Kehleboe area. Yeah, connected to River.
Then River G is also entirely Kehleboe. But they can say tattoo. To say hello, they say tattoo. If you come down maybe around Harper area, they say Nawia or Awia, that's the rest of it. Yeah. But I'm doing to let people know that I'm a round Liberian man. But my brother, I can tell you about I will tell you about the Southeast more than in my own county, Lofa. But I can't lie to you. Lofa County is also known by me. But let me say, Mr. Gayman, thank you. Today we'll discuss Liberia's problems. And because I'm a sociologist, and also I have some studies in anthropology, and I've done development studies, so my discussions on this platform will always be based on community development. Because I believe that to develop Liberia, we need a strong internal governance system that will improve our communities. Our country that we discussed last night is filthy. But let's go back to education, Mr. Gayman. I want to appeal to the Liberian government on this platform to please pay attention to those community schools that were destroyed as a result of the heavy storm in March in Lofa County. There are only 4 or 5 communities. The schools were destroyed, the roof were removed, the school buildings are left into open spaces where the rain is destroying the place. Our young generation for tomorrow leaders do not have anywhere to sit for education. They got to go to private homes for the teacher to go and teach them. And schools will be closing latest this month, July. I want to appeal to the Liberian government. Those are following this conversation. Those are close to people in power. Please inform them to make some money available to repair those school buildings. They are in very dying conditions. The school building in Babahun town is destroyed. The building is destroyed. The ring is heavy. If we don't take action now, we have to rebuild our whole school building again because the building is destroyed. I want to appeal to President Boakai and all those representatives and senators from Lofa County and from even other parts of the world, other parts of Liberia. Please, one Liberian is for all Liberians. I'm telling you now, I'm from Lofa, but I have a serious passion for. Look, the Southeast is one of the places that is the most underdeveloped of Liberia. My first time when I saw 2008, Mr. Gayman, I was surprised. I was shocked. And I went to the Southeast on motorcycle, 2008. By that time, the road was so terrible. That river, G River, we can pass over. I think I have Plank Bridge. And I passed that bridge at night, around 2 o'clock in the morning. I passed on that bridge 2 in the morning, going to River Cess to do research work. And I was surprised to see buildings, structures in River Cess. I mean, in River G, in Sino, in Grand Cru, in Maryland. And I was shocked. I said, what? That's why I said, well, if I had the means, I would take young Liberians from Monrovia to go out and see what it's going to look like. If we are born in Monrovia and live in Monrovia all your life, you cannot discover Liberia and I listen to you because you don't know Liberia better. Before I tell them, Mr. Gayman, I had a program where I was carrying you from other parts of the country to Maryland, to Grand Chile. And we're in a vehicle riding together. We rode, by the time the government had repaired the road between Kanta, Monrovia, Garguah was good, painful. We drove on it. The car was good, we're keeping nice conversation. But when we branched off from Kanta towards Seleke, the topic changed the vehicle. When we left Seleke, we go to Tapeta. I heard one of your men saying, the guy said, gentlemen, the struggle is now over. What do you mean? He said, Chinebe, this is the first time I've seen this part of Liberia. Okay, young people in this country live only in Monrovia, they have never seen any other part of this country. And that night we had to spend a night in one time in Nima, one Kyoto in Nima, we spent a night there. We couldn't pass that night. The road was so bad. Many cars, almost like 50 or more cars, were stuck in the mud ahead of us. And the young guy said, well, gentlemen, I must assure you guys that the struggle is now over in this country because they thought about being Monrovia. That's all to it. Monrovia is not Liberia. Liberians everywhere in Liberia need the same benefit we all need to have. So, Mr. Gayman, I got more to say today, but sorry for taking the time out to talk all these things I had to talk. But you want to have that people informed that the country has more problems to solve.
It's all right. Someone just texted me and said, Johnny spent a lot of time in the South. How many children he left back there? So that's a different one. I got to talk to Mr. Murray. We got to go back there. all the time you left, you named them. But 10 Johnny walking around in the Southeast. But you're the chief. The chief can do whatever he wants. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a great day to be alive. Today is Wednesday, the 8th of July, 2026. Our family on Freedom FM, welcome to the show. We will be getting to the phone soon so we can also interact with you. We like when you get involved and let us know what are some of the things in Liberia make or what catch your heart. What is actually paining you that you want to talk about? You know, we are professional folks. We are, everything is produced. So everything goes step by step, but there are people like you, things are going on in your neck of the woods that we also need to know about. Like yesterday, we opened the phone and we discussed the filth in Liberia. And it is one thing that touched everybody because the phone calls we were getting, it was nothing but everybody basically saying the same thing. The county, the city is filthy. The place is dirty. And where there is filth, there are diseases, mosquitoes. You're talking about airborne diseases. We talk about when we say people have asthma, the reason you develop asthma is because the air is not clean and it gets into your lungs and the children can't breathe. These are all the issues. They all also have problem with the growth of the children. Something they consider the UN people call stunting. You go into some society, the children can't grow.
Yeah.
And you want to say, oh, the Bassa people, the short people, the Kru people, the short people. No. Nobody was born to be short or to be tiny.
Yeah, to be tight like that.
Yeah. Because the people say when you're young, you so drink milk, you so eat 3 times a day, you so take bath every day, your environment should be clean. All of these things come together to help you grow. But you live in an area where you can hardly breathe. You don't have anything to eat. No, your only nutrition is carbohydrate. You're eating cassava. Just cassava or plain rice and oil. You got no vegetables, you got no protein, nothing. So you got
no shortbread.
Everything I have to do with flour, all carbohydrate. All you are doing, you are not living. You are trying to survive. So your survival skill has a lot to do with your upbringing, your environment, your biology, and everything. That's life. That's the life we are talking about. This is why we are so hard on government officials, because it is the responsibility of government officials to make your life better. Not lie to the people, to come and say 76% of Liberian people get access to water. And then when the
president, when I heard the guy say 76% people have access to water, I was wondering, what is the indicator he's using?
Well, he told you said rainwater. So when the rain can fall on every house, so that means you got access to water.
Even making comparison with that of the Western world, that even people are still in Paris and fetching water from the rainfall.
Look at that. Look.
Yeah, but wait, Mr. Gayman, I want to answer you, right? If you go to your bathroom and use water from the bucket or from the drum to flush your commode, is that considered as access to water?
Of course, you got water, you're using water, so you got access to it.
No, Mr. Gayman, it's not hygienic. I mean, Mr. Gayman, right there, where you live, right?
That's what the man said.
What I know should be the way is you should sit and you flush and water goes. Like anytime you need water, you should have it. You should not be worried water will come tomorrow or it will go tomorrow. This is why most of the homes keep drums into their bathrooms, like in Monrovia and other places, because they are not sure of water being consistent and regular. So when water is coming for a few days, they keep drums in the kitchen, in their bathroom, in their house to reserve water and reservoir, just in case water goes off for 2-3 days. They have water kept in the place. There are children in this country. There are people in this country that have never experienced shower to open water and water come from in the pipe or faucet over your head. They were born using bucket, and up to the age of 45, 50, they say using bucket. So more they call that access to water and sanitation.
And they would die putting water on their head. Yeah, go ahead, Murray. You were in flight.
Yeah, I was saying the issue of access to water is not having momentary flow of water. The frequent, consistent flow
and regular.
And regular. So if you will have even the harnessing plant, the people got right around Slipway here that are harnessing the water coming from White Plains to supply Central Monrovia. If you see the harnessing plant, Mr. Gayman, if I send that to you, you just mock a Liberia. You just feel we are joking. You feel we are joking because somebody builds a one-room concrete a concrete structure in the name of a harnessing plant that are supposed to harness water and supply regular water to this densely populated environment, Central Morovia, that has West Point attached, that has Suniwe, and you can name the other communities that are populated like Slipway or Jalatan and other places around. So in my mind, the government will have to be serious, particularly the entity responsible for water, sanitation, and hygiene, like the Wash Commission and that of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. All of these speeches, these verbiages that are just for mesmerization and to entice our people, they are not called for when we think we want to move this country and leave back a better legacy. The only way we can leave behind legacy that will forever be remembered is to do things differently. If we continue to do it the same way we've been doing it and we've not been having better results from our doings, then it means that we are going nowhere. So the best way to leave legacy and to change it around is to do it differently, not to keep doing one thing over and over, getting negative result over and over, and we cannot change course. I think that is not fair to us. We ourselves in leadership will have to be fair to ourselves because yes, you may have all of the justification. You are intellectually capacitated to justify your position and justify your functioning at whatever entity you may be privileged to head or to function at. But the issue of legacy, all of those plenty expressions, publicity, and PR, they will finish. 3 years, 4 years, 6 years, they will be finished. What will be your legacy? Your legacy will be the tangibles. Your legacy will be how much impact you have made on the lives of Liberians, whether in the direction of sanitation, hygiene, whether in the direction of health, whether in the direction of eradicating drug from our society, especially that it is becoming so, I would say, pervasive around the country that drug is now the topic of the day. Our students now, even in school, they don't have any more topic to discuss or to take as lesson. Everybody just discussing drug, and drug just on the lips of every Liberian. I think all of these things will have to be mitigated through government officials, leaders taking a bold step by leading by example, and your legacy will speak for you as posterity is the best judge. Back to you, Mr. Gayman.
This is why sometimes, they say the Bassa people are the more prejudiced people in Liberia, and to some degree so, because we are very, very technical in nature. Some of you guys who are in position in Liberia, you have been blessed to come to our country. Your parents came from somewhere else. You are alien to our society. You are alien to our culture, and they make you minister, they make you director. And you come, you bring your parents, it's in your DNA. You come from a foreign country, you are an alien. And you come and you bring your alien way of running things. In fact, you have never run anything in your life. So you come in, you can't run our country like you're from Mali, or you're from Shanghai, or you're from somewhere. That is not how the Bassa people run their stuff. We are Liberian, and we will run it the Liberian way. The Liberian way is to tell the truth, look power in the eye, and tell them, like I just told the senator from Grand Bassa County, Nyobli Lorkanga Lawrence. You sit in the Senate, you make more money than anybody that I know from Grand Bassa County as Senate pro tem. And then you have in the Senate donate money to your private foundation. When they had a convention in Bassa, you made the Senate to donate $10,000 to your father's church. That's corruption. And we Bassa people won't pull up with that.
I know whether they can read the Constitution.
That's corruption. Bassa people are known for statesmanship, for statecraft. Most of you are holding down our, hold on a minute. Yes, your name, where you calling from?
My name is Kehleboe Gongloe.
Yes.
I'm calling from Liberia.
Go ahead.
Listen, I'm listening to you, Gilman. I know how it is 4 time, but I could now hold by my hand when I listen to you.
Please.
You, Gilman, Jerome Gayman, you support Donald Trump, who is one of the most corrupt leaders in the world and in the history of the United States. Who's I know I'm not billion dollar he made last year. Who put his name on everything, using his office to make trillions of dollars. And you can't talk to Yombi Kanga? Can you mount up and talk to Donald Trump too as a Republican? Can you do that, or Gilman? Let me hear you say that about Trump. Then I will listen to you. Because you can't buy Trump essences in using power in the United States and bash here at Yomli Kanga. In as much as I disagree with Yomli and anyone using their political office to siphon money from the system, I would not want to take a lecture from Jerome Gayman and about Trumpists, make America about mega. It is just annoying and makes me, it's so vexing to listen to Donald or Jerome Gayman. Can you have the moral courage to say that it's a traditional Republican value that Donald Trump doesn't fit in that? Can you say that now on the show tonight? It's your challenge. So you can take a more from or Yomli Kanga.
Thank you very much, Kehleboe Gongloe, a very good friend of mine, and I love your idea. I love to debate with you. Today we are not talking about Donald Trump. We are talking about Liberia. In fact, Donald Trump made it clear. You are poor. You are corrupt. You are living and running a shithole country. That's what he said. Because of Donald Trump, so we should steal in Liberia? Because Donald Trump did it, so we do it? Because Donald Trump did this to America, so we should do it in Liberia? And because we do it in Liberia, nobody should have the mitigating gall to talk about evil in Liberia because America is evil or Donald Trump is evil. What kind of logic is that, Mr. Gongloe? Here, Joseph Boyka seeks House approval for $16.7 million loan from the African Development Bank to finance budget shortfall. Oh, yes, America has problems, so no problem. We should just go ahead and go along with it. Your senator, Mr. Cyrus, Momo Cyrus, came into the country with a bunch of liquor and squeezed the people to let him in. Oh yeah, Donald Trump did it, so we should let him off the hook. Senator what is his name? His name is Momo Cyrus, that's his name. Then we have another senator, he's senator from, I think from, I don't even know what county this guy is from, but he's taking the license plate of the Senate and putting it on his private car to go sell coal. And you say we shouldn't say anything. Senator Boto Kane took the Senate issue license plate and put it on his private car and selling coal.
She's a lady. She's a lady.
It's a lady, huh?
Yeah, she's the senator from Bapulu County.
It's an equal opportunity corruption in Liberia. Women, oh, you brought them in, we brought them in, and she is as corrupt as the men. But we shouldn't talk about Boto Kane robbing the government. She doesn't want to register her business. She doesn't want to buy a car. She doesn't want to have insurance, separate insurance. So she takes the car license plate that the state gives her. Then she takes the license plate and put it on a private car and selling coal. According to you, Mr. Gongloe, Trump is corrupt, so Boto Kane can steal from our own people. That is the logic. It's a twisted logic, Mr. Gongloe, a good friend of mine. You know, he's my brother. Now, let's look at this. Momo Cyrus said he rejects linking his Seagull security firm with a $19 million drug bust. This is the guy this is the company that's supposed to provide security to make sure nothing comes into the country, nothing leaves the country without the consent of the law. This is Cyrus Momo. But we shouldn't say anything because Trump is corrupt because I'm a Republican. Since President Joseph Boakai made his so-called phone call, we didn't see, but we saw a picture with Elon Musk, which the Unity Party was wildly celebrating all over the place. What has happened to Elon Musk since? Has Elon Musk visited Liberia? Has Elon Musk ever invited Joseph Boakai and the Republic of Liberia to a meeting?
I'm going to support you. Do we have Donald Trump building $10 million house in Florida for himself?
Listen.
Does Donald Trump remain as president for America and allow Mexican police to cross the border and occupy a space on the American side like we have with Liberia and Guinea? So, Mr. Gongloe, you should not be beginning an argument here. Look, this is a third world country. In fact, Global South, least Global South. Liberia is one of the poorest. Liberia is behind those that are behind. So when we discuss the Liberia issue and you want to compare us with Donald Trump as Republican, that country is a sophisticated country. It's organized, it's structured. With all that Trump is doing in that country, the country is running and things are progressing in the way that they should. And I'm sure in the next election, there will be a change in the American society. Compared that to Liberia, we don't like way. Since 2005 election, we have had CDC and UP in this country. Where is the country? How far have we made progress as a post-conflict country? Compare us to other post-conflict countries around here. Rwanda, Sierra Leone, right? Even Cote d'Ivoire had the same armed conflict, even though it didn't go too far. See how far they have recovered their country. Where are we as a country, right? So, I mean, I don't want to let people discussing Liberia, comparing Liberia with Donald Trump's situation in America.
Listen,
American people, they elected Donald Trump as a president for America. Whatever he does in that country, the system has a way that they will deal with it. Do we have a way to deal with our leaders in the country when they do wrong? Why should we be paying? Why should we pay a person in the country $8,000 US every month, give them a vehicle cost of $45,000 US every 3 years, and give them $2,000 US for transportation, for fee for their car, and give them other money for other things? Why should we give this offer the speaker $500,000 plus for entertainment in a poor place like this that we can't even get water running? Now, America, which of the state, Gongloe, you in that state, have you ever experienced shortage of water in your house or any energy for 1 or 2 hours?
Johnny,
don't do that to us. That's very unfair to Liberian people. Don't do that to us. You're my very good friend. I like your operation, but Liberia is behind. We should not try to do those things. You know how very American you are. Tell me, when have you had water problem? When have you had current problem? When have you had garbage problem in your community where your whole neighborhood is filthy and got dirt all around? When have you had that in your neighborhood in the U.S.?
Johnny, listen. My friends and family from Freedom FM and Truth FM, when you look at the news, what it said Donald Trump made billions of dollars through his investment, that is, when we're talking about Donald Trump didn't go into the treasury to take money. He didn't go into the treasury to take money. Nyenwolo Kanga took money from the Liberian government that has a shortfall, that had no money. Why would the Senate donate money to a particular? That's money laundering. Why would the Senate donate money to a particular individual that is a member of the Senate, make appropriation or donate money to her foundation when the government is broke? Why would the Senate go to Basel and give her father's church $10,000 money from the government? And you say Donald Trump made his money from cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency, that's investment, that's branding. Why have Nyenwolo Kanga developed in Liberia that you can brand to make money? How many people have Nyenwolo Kanga hired that will brand to make billions of dollars? Trump is making billions. He was a billionaire before he became president of the United States. Yes, and I'm a damn good Republican and proud to be. So let me go to my friend Morris. We got 3 minutes to open the line here before you leave. But yes, the Senate has summoned its boss over statement against the Senate, they say. Soup is backing stand for July 17 protest, want the VP co-investigation to be investigated over drugs. So here we are, the information minister also is involved into the drug issue. So let me go to Morris. Morris, before we open the line, we got 3 minutes. But the logic in us Liberians, the way we treat ourselves, somebody is donating money from the government or broke government to one of their own. And then you say Trump is doing it in America, so leave us alone, we can do it too. Your take, Morris. I think we are having issue with Morris in 87.9 FM. Freedom FM, are you having problem? Okay, so Freedom FM is having some issue. Hopefully, we can have this resolved. This is the second time that the internet is giving problem for Freedom FM. Hopefully, they can get it together. But yes, guys, if you are in Liberia and you do not want to hold, are you back on the air, Mr. Morris?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, great. We are hoping that your line will hold up. You got 30 more minutes here. We want to go to the line and hear from your folks. But your take before you open the line.
You know, Mr. Gayman, Mr. Ndebi, and the public, Liberia is just a different country in almost everything that I have experienced for the little over 4 decades that I have lived on this earth. Liberia is just different because I was in the Ivory Coast. There's one thing that I even continue to experience in Liberia, and I have not seen it in other countries that I went to. For instance, Liberians will be brave, will have the impetus when Liberia is playing against La Côte d'Ivoire, for instance. And Liberians will leave the players that are from West Point, from Soniwe, from Jiretabo, from Plibo, from Wasonga, there in
Jiretabo.
They will be brave enough to support and be cheering in the open players from La Côte d'Ivoire, like Indide Joba, the Kessie, and other senior players, because they are their players on their various club teams that they admire and they fame for here. These are some of the small things where Liberian people can overlook, and they are dangerous for our progress. We have to have a sense of atonement when Liberians will know and understand that this country is the only country that will have to be fixed for our lives to be fixed. Liberians continue to do things upside down. Most continue to do things upside down. What is unfolding with this drug issue? Are you aware that Eugene Fangon from LBS is lambasting people? Is he's talking down on people in condescending fashion, as if people speaking out for investigation to be carried out speedily, fairly, in regards to the drug situation, as if it is a crime or it is against the government. This brother says, with his blind loyalty, he has a responsibility to Mr. Boakai that appointed him. So on that basis, anybody who wants to speak on those trending evidence that are unfolding now, he comes out with lambasting and condescending remarks. There are Liberians who, in fact, are prepared to protest in favor of those who are linked to this drug issue. I am on the ground. I know what's happening. Mr. Gayman, Mr. Indebi, this country, all of us have a responsibility to, on a daily basis, make our people to understand that we got to change the thing around. We can't keep doing one thing over and over. We can't get a good result, and we still stick behind the one thing. It is senseless to do that, and I think that should be the definition of stupidity. So we as a people, we need to place hands on deck, everyone, to make sure that we fight all of these verses that are excesses to the society becoming civilized and organized. It is onus on us to join hands, fight it, so that we can have a society where when we go sleep, we will not leave one eyeball open, one eyeball closed. We will sleep sound and we enjoy ourselves in our country. We are not plenty here. We have much. While we have Senator having his security firm assigned at the airport, a senator, Mr. Gayman and Mr. Indebi, I worked at the legislature for 9 years. And these things, we understand it. The issue of conflict of interest at that level is simple. The fact that Senator Saros T. Momo is the chief executive officer and general manager of the SIGA security group, and they are taking assignment at the airport, is a direct conflict of interest under Article 90 A and B of the Liberian Constitution, even if you go to the code of conduct. So all of these things will need to be curbed before we can see our country moving forward. Because when you hold John, then John will hold Peter. When you hold Peter, Peter hold Paul. You see the way the investigation is going on, and the names that are surfacing, the footages that are showing up, the trend of investigation, those that the investigation trying to uproot in terms of things that have been taking place in the back. You see what's happening? So all of these things, they are all reduced to what I refer to as influence peddling. People are using their influence in government to ride the system. People are using their influence in government to flat the laws. And it's dangerous. It's very dangerous for our society. And we as a people will have to have that sense of atonement, like I keep saying, that you cannot keep cheering for your slave master. You need to free your minds. You need to be brave, not to cause chaos, not to ransack people's properties, but you need to be brave by doing the right thing, by being patient. Don't allow yourselves to be arm twisted by a few cups of rice and a few dollars. These are the problems we are faced with. Right now that the investigation is ongoing, when news start coming out where it is clear that Junkies Morris is involved with a peddling drug, or he was involved with this drug that was transiting through Liberia, the group calling themselves United Youth for Junkies Morris will come out to protest in favor of Junkies Morris because they don't want Junkies Morris to go to jail. Since Junkies Morris been giving them some of the drug money and they've been enjoying it. So they put themselves together to come and protest for Junkies Morris, even though the evidence will be available, and they will not want to give the courts the chance to investigate and carry out their prosecution without interference. The public will take the cold era as political grounds. They will go there to protest for people who are allegedly involved with acts that are inimical to the society. They will go there to protest in a favor for them to be released and allowing public sentiment to go against the law. These are the things that we are faced with. So all of these things, these small things, we got to start changing our mind and attitude toward them. Then we have a better society.
Well, we got 3 senators. Boto Kane selling coal at the expense of the Liberian people using fake license plate. Well, Cyrus Momo is will be the facts that God in the hands. No illegal thing should go out of the airport. He was bringing liquor in the country and told the folks they have no right to demand that he declare the liquor and pay his proper taxes into the coffers of the government. That is another senator. Then my own sister, Yobli Kanga, making the Senate to donate money directly to her father and now recently directly to her. And you got the likes of Gongloe that will say, you are in the United States, it goes there too. Just like the young man from Water and Sewer. He said in America and Paris, they fetch water too. They capture rainwater. So there's nothing wrong with that. This is the kind of thinking. And my brother Gongloe is one of the highly educated smart men. Or smart men that I know. He's a statistician. He knows math, he knows budget, how budget works. For someone to use their position to get money from the Senate to donate it directly to her. And the same Sunday when they were in Basel, they donated $10,000 taxpayer money to Mr. Kanga's church.
Mr. Gayman,
While we have
Mr. Gayman, I want to appeal to you and all sons and daughters of Grand Bassa County, Bezon, to do an assessment, more or less a research on the socio-economic status of Grand Bassa County. You guys can raise the money. You can have a team that will do the assessment and research and give you all the funding. All of you, diaspora Bassa people, from Grand Bassa, from Rivers S, if every county, every diaspora group belong to every county, can get involved with that first to find some money and finance a team that will do an independent assessment of every county. The development assessment includes education, health, road, energy, water. You understand? Agriculture, food security, everything. You guys will have that as empirical and scientific evidence to hold you guys to book more in addition to what we're doing right now. I'm saying because, for example, the diaspora Liberians from the Bandy Lane in Lofa County, we did a very cheap survey. I won't call it an expensive, elaborate, a cheap survey on the education sector of the Bandy Land. That report is with us. It's so bad. We want to make intervention in the education and health sector in the Bandy Land. So before making intervention, we're going to first study the situation on the ground and know what is the situation, where, and how can we make intervention. And the report we got right now from our funding is so terrible. Very, very terrible to the extent that, number one, primary education is a very, very difficult situation. The children from kindergarten to 6th grade hardly learn anything that we have to go to junior high before you say senior high. Because we have a lot of people that are high school drop out, that have not passed WAEC exam, that have not gone to any proper high school study or any teacher training program. They are the one teaching in primary schools. Same thing, junior high, senior high. That we know that, apparently we know for a fact that it will be very difficult for the new generation of Banile to have real good people that will be educated because the system is down. It's broken. It's very low. It's below any standard.
Absolutely.
So, that was a research done. We just interview students, we interview teachers, school administrators, interview parents, and everything. The whole Bandy of Lofa County, Bandy has 7 high schools. Right now it's around 8 because there's one school somewhere in the Hembe region that's around 11th grade or 10th grade. So we add that, we'll make it around 8 high schools. But those 7 high schools, if you see the result, science teachers, chemistry, physics, mathematics, don't have requisite qualification to teach at those levels. Again, we have people still serving as volunteer teachers in the system. I don't know. I don't know what it's only here. We got a situation where we got volunteer teachers. I'm having a trip in Sierra Leone in the next maybe a month or so. When I go there, I will make some inquiry to find out why they have volunteer teachers in Sierra Leone, which is our neighbor next door. But I don't know why we still have volunteer teachers, volunteer health workers. Imagine that, Mr. Gayman.
Well, Johnny,
volunteer teachers, volunteer health workers.
1 minute.
Anyway, Maurice, go ahead. We are.
Let's open the line. Few minutes for our folks because I know you got 15 minutes here. So let's open the line for our folks. Hey, Myean, if you are there, please come. Let's open the line. It's going to be by 7 o'clock. Our friends and brothers on Freedom FM will be off the air. So we want to take some calls. Myean, if you are in the back, let's take some call also from Truth FM.
So on Freedom FM 87.9, the closing argument, Honorable Jerome Gayman is here, joining KM in Debbie. The Honorable Mayor is here, the incoming lawmaker of Lofa County. And I'm Junkies Morris. Myean is there on True FM. This is 87.9 Freedom FM. Call us on those numbers on 0776 104 104, 0776 104 104, 086 500 104, 086 500 104. And our diaspora callers can call us on +231 86 500 104, +231 86 500 104. That's our WhatsApp line. You can call us and you'll be live on the closing argument here on Freedom FM 87.9.
Excellent. While we wait for the calls, Lawrence Nolan said, Momo Sarah is not just a senator who is taking contract for his security firm, but chairman on national security, who's supposed to brief the president and the joint security with classified information.
Yeah, so we'll have our first caller on the line. This caller, your name and you joining us from where? This is the closing argument here on Freedom FM 87.9.
Rogers, calling from Cornwall, New Jersey. This is my debut. First of all, I just commend all of the panelists that are on the show for perfect discussion. You know, these are questions sometimes they ask of the hearts of people that are conscious minor of this nation. And ask them what are we doing now? We the generation are alive. Forget these things now. If we say, oh, we'll change everything, and some are doing it, evil thing, you know it's not right. Why would you do it? Yeah. We are just evil to ourselves. You know, let me start it, man. I thank you guys for the show.
Okay. Leave you there and go to line 2. This caller, your name and you joining us from where? Hello? Oh, we lost that caller. When do we have a call from you there, from your end?
Well, while we're getting it together, guys, we are reading your comment. We want to thank you very much for Ricky Young, 1800. The FBI is investigating Team Argentina for money laundering during the World Cup. Oh, that's great. We will follow that through. The Egyptian team have also filed a complaint with FIFA.
Yes, I have a call here on line 3. Hello, your name and you joining us from where? This is the closing argument. Welcome, great woman.
Is that matter to us, joking? I hear on the platform that took our taxpayer money and donated to Young Lorry Foundation. Are you telling me this? On the platform? The working for Liberia was telling us that we are doing all kind of things in this country to take our money when we are suffering out here. And going to give it to that lobby that senator that they donate to us the housing, the road housing. Not going nowhere. I'm very joking more about that. So I'm dying. Now the government 2 years, 3 years, we are dying. We are frustrated. The poor in this calamity, what will just say? What will just say? When you keep the team, you say you are the savior for the people, you keep on telling the people, oh, sorry for the job, they were suffering, they couldn't get food to eat. They were crazy. They were afraid of going on. Today, you are fighting, you get delivered like bad people. Then you take your tax bill from the senator, you tell them for foundation, you get support. So you should just they're getting us on to save us. You go over there, you're going to push it. Then they make a protection of people. Just help in the situation. We are tired of protect them and love their country. And then they love their country. That's our criminal. That's our property of our law.
Okay. Thank you, General. That's Man City there. And this caller, back to line 1. Your name and where you calling us from? Go ahead quickly.
Yeah, I want to say thanks to all of you guys in the studio. I have problem with the issue with Gongloe. The man is discussing that, bro. He's discussing America.
Yeah, we're not a small mindedness.
Lauren, basically Lauren. He's discussing about America. For Gongloe, come 2029, you know here so Abu Panasama, you look into I was there, but I guess a charge for him. I'll start room for him. 2029, I'll bring it for him. I'm going to pledge for him.
Okay, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Go to line 2. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Welcome. This is the closing argument here on Freedom FM 87.9.
My brother, thank you very much for the other participants on this session. My brother, if you are a patriot Liberian, if you live in this country, then upon your return, and I always say it most of the time I call, and tonight I was opportunity to
receive to down on your station. Now, one of the situation is that our program on this in this nation is the politician. I always say that I'm not a politician. I'm a practical person. The politician is the problem of our nation, and the sickness is on us. That is on us. I'm not taking no politician out. We just have of people. Is that our population not plenty, but I see a problem our country can develop. Is the politician, and I will continue to pray everywhere that we will continue to pray for God to give out those who love us. Because our problem here is the educated people. Free education is good. Okay. But the politician actually, I cannot really know how far they carry us. From town to town. So I can say from more than so many years now. When our country is progressing, no. It's not progressing.
Okay.
It's also
okay.
Which one and the rest of it. But I know very well that they are more good than the brown one. I will not preserve, they will pray for one nation, and I will love one another. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll leave you there. We'll leave you there and go to line 3. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Go ahead. This is the closing argument. Yeah, on Freedom FM 87.9.
Yes, I'm calling on Providence City.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, Ellen, you guys are always disrespecting the government.
Hello. The man called on the phone by himself. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Junkin Morris. How are you?
By God's grace, I'm okay. Mr. Jerome Gayman is here, and Honorable Johnny K.M. Debbie is also on.
Mr. Debbie, how are you? Mr. Jerome, how are you? I'm Robert.
We are good, man. Thank God to hear you.
Thank you for working for the Liberian people. You people are doing pro bono job for the Liberian people. And other people who were masquerading all around here in the name of improving Liberia. We're on the regime now. We're more than in hell. If you look at this country now, even worse than even water, because people are not free here. When I talk about free, there is no market. People are selling here. Even you get your labor without market, they will come and destroy it. So I don't know, people that say they created 70,000 jobs. I don't know where the job to the issue. Somebody who is the president now, who is foundation was nowhere living around here, but money are being given to a foundation. I'm talking about our president Joseph Nima Baka, who is the foundation now. They built another warehouse to rehab. I think it cost something around, from information, cost around something around 3 million. And we know about the FOIA project, the ECOWAS, ECOWAS or Monetary Union project. Now, I listened to one of my brothers trying to criticize Mr. Gayman, talking about Nyenwolo Lawrence, who is the president of the Liberia Team, who is donating money to him for her foundation. Now, these are the people yesterday because not beyond former President George Weah. George Weah was stealing. Yesterday, George Weah was stealing. Everybody was stealing. George Weah was stealing. But now we can't see the stealing. Even the drugs they were talking about yesterday that George Weah was bringing drugs. George Weah drugs. You are the one that were bringing the drugs. But now, George Weah is gone. Now the drugs are here. They're not even drugs. We don't talk about drugs. Salma is a drug. We're talking about the cocaine. We don't know who is bringing it on Joseph Nima Baka regime where soda player have come, zombie all have come in this country as on a regime that he was saying that tomorrow will not be any drugs in this country. Now, even the 19 some more drugs they're talking about is more than that money. Okay. Now, where are we? They're just looking for the cardboard and driver to link on. Where are we going now? Where are we going in this country? Because This government, when the pastor said the government is confused, everything is confused, and people have problem with it. So I just want to tell you, but thank you for doing pro bono job for the people. You continue your business, you continue this, so every time we can be here because people will continue to lie to us. You're the only people that can try to clear the air because of the lie, the deception where the government came with. Today we are suffering like this. Everything is upside down. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll leave it there and go back to Mr. Jerome Gayman for control. But I think I got another call here.
Go ahead.
So we'll take this call back on line 1. Your name and what place you calling us from? You are coming in faint. What's going on? No, you got to call back. You got to call back. Your lines aren't too good for the listening audience. You got to call back. Back to you, Mr. Gayman.
Great. Guys, this is why we are here. It is
back on line 1, Mr. Gayman.
Go ahead.
Lower your monitor.
Sure. I call you from Kamara community.
Okay. July 17, what you do?
All the shit will go protest. They will do it. Because they said that the way of the Korean for in power now. They said about Baka children and the Garguah Kromah and the president. I don't know how to begin the children in the Republic of Liberia. So now say that the way of doing it. So they will tell that people, they will tell American people where the job came from.
Okay, we'll leave you there. Because oh God. Yes. Your monitor, please.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Your name and you joining us from where? This is the closing argument.
Yeah.
Go ahead quickly.
Yeah, thank you. You know, Liberia, we are not here to our work, and we see that we are doing the people. Especially, we are having to see with the common people, the politicians will continue to be closer to the end. At the end of the day, we will not be able to benefit. You will always at the end of the day, you will be able to come on show. Sometimes to come on. To be able to compete our man. Common people know, and the end of the day, will be able to enjoy. Hear some our brothers talking about the country, the modern war that we fought yesterday, the 40 years war. It's quite complex now. The more people to find 40 years war. Yes, but I'm understanding. The government, what the government is putting in place at the end of the day. Put when I'm taking power in the end, after the government is in power, will get so I'm waiting up and people to be able to have no sure that they are all your point of view. And
okay, thank God you hire. See this caller on line 2. Hello. You are the last caller. Go ahead.
You know, I'm very sick and tired of this talking because you see, common is speaker. Now, within our history, you're not doing nothing. But only by property passing over, they don't want job. Okay, he do the one he buy and he put it in people's name. One of some of the benefits, we give them plenty. So call one of the journalists for the country to see if they will have intellectual form. I want for you to be done and yes, that will be considered, including the diesel roof from Panos Bay, coming all the way and all out of Dopoh, passing on it, and never want to over.
So what's some of the things that the government has to do for us? Because within our place, we are doing nothing. They're passing around the young girls, they're passing all around, buying things.
Well, you got evidence? You got evidence?
Yes. I want to call Jerry and we have to let your phone and I want to do it. But you can see the bubble. Going to the land, we're right to the care where you see a bunch of men. You know, he's off. That care to give me some
I'll find yeah, so I'll show that to Honorable Gayman and Honorable Debbie.
For you to come here tomorrow, I will be waiting for you.
Okay, we'll talk.
Yeah, the whole Christian, they get a car away. Then what are some of the things that these guys don't want to do for us?
Okay.
You know, this is my first time going for. I'm getting sick and tired.
No, don't be tired. Don't be tired. Don't be tired. Yeah, life goes on. We're squeezing this exceptional call. Hello.
Yeah, I'm brother.
Yeah.
There's no problem with controversy. So definitely, there is to pay attention. First, you found a very crucial key.
What's your name?
You get back. Okay. Yeah, I can see which found one of the major things. But you found out that the darkness in the sky, it went for a reason. When it's all rising, you got to be able to relay there. Focus in as a spiritual aspect. But what happened in this concentrated in the aspect? These people have come back. You see this thing, somebody bring their own transport beast. The ministry is there. They have to get their own defense business. Guys in New Lancashire Chief. They are the one that are waiting for the 29. There will be no. They drive the motorboat bus from the city because the motorboat guys are very strong as a rebel. They can overthrow. Now they're driving you by dragging streets. They can building what new roads.
Okay. So
please, if you get the final to me, just send your number and those who listening send your number on the radio. Thing is having problem. But your government is controlled by the outsider. That's why your database is with the outsider. The country is going to help you in doing special. People are going to sponsor you. It's basically what you pull out. But God is helping you. That's why the son was 7 years just gone. Coming June.
okay. So you say I should announce my number or what purpose?
I will give you the message very elaborate for 2020 now.
0775 666 050 0775 666 050.
I can talk to you apart from that, right?
Yeah, sure. I'm on. Anytime you call me, I'm on. Thank you. Thank you for your call. And that was our last caller here on the closing argument. That was our last caller here on the closing argument. Freedom FM 87.9. Mr. Gayman, I have to go. Mr. Ndebi.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Maury. So wait, Maury, do you still Grebo?
I can try.
We don't want nobody who can try. Man, we're gonna lost Grebo. They may not know Grebo man. That man is a Grebo man want to be.
No, I'm a Grebo. I'm a Grebo.
Oh, you can't be a Grebo man. And someone asked me now, Mr. Gayman, you've been living all your life in the
Yeah, I can speak Grebo. I think you want me to be definite. Yes, I can speak Grebo.
There you go. There you go.
But then speak. No, I want you to make your closing statement in Grebo. That's what I want you to do. I want you to see your closing statement in Grebo.
No.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in our family on Freedom FM. Thank you very much. That's what we like our Freedom FM folks. They are vocal, they are upfront, they are bold, they express themselves, and it's a good thing. We have to talk through our issues, we have to discuss them Nobody is going into the bushes with arms. We are discussing intellectually. We will confront you. We'll hold your feet to the fire. Some people may not like it. That's a good thing. And some will like it. Tomorrow, those who hate us will like us. Those who like us may hate us. That's how it is, but that's why we are here. So I want to thank you, Mr. Morris. Thank you very much for the show. And you can close. So our folks, Freedom FM, can go to sleep and sleep freely.
And so it was good having you on Freedom FM 87.9. Again, this is the closing argument. There in the diaspora, Honorable Jerome Gayman is there anchoring for us here on the closing argument. I'm here in studio, Freedom FM 87.9. Honorable Johnny KM Debbie is there and other panelists. But radio is time, so I have to go. It's after 11. Good night, and hopefully I'll be back here, and the team will also be back on your favorite radio, Freedom FM 87.9. Good night, Junkies Morris.
Thank you. Good night, brother.
Thank you very much. Excellent job by the folks from Freedom FM. Now we turn exclusively to Truth FM, our parent company. Truth FM 96.1. You guys also do a great job. Like we say, the closing argument is broad. They are, I know a small segment of Sierra Leone listen to us because we usually get comments from them. A small segment of Guinea. Actually, most segment from Guinea and a small segment from the Ivory Coast that do tune in. So we are doing very well serving our 4 Mano River Union nations. It's a good thing to disagree on issues. Like we say, it should not be gossip. It should be factual. Like what we are discussing here, it says here, President Joseph Yuma Boyka has asked the House of Representatives to ratify 2 loan agreements totaling 12.11 million units of account and $16.7 million from the African Development Bank to fund and to facilitate to help fund out parts of the Liberia 2026 national budget deficit.
Wait, 1 minute, Gayman. This is 16 point what?
$16.7 million.
We're begging for that?
Yes. It's a loan. The president has just asked the House to approve the 2 loans, 16.7 and 12.11. These are the monies, and they want the money because there's a budgetary shortfall.
So 16, wait, the 12 point something is for what? Sorry, I don't have that information.
Okay, so President Joseph Yuma Boyka has asked the House of Representatives to ratify 2 loan agreements totaling 12.11 million units of account, US $16.7 million from the African Development Fund and the African Development Bank Transition Support Facility to help fund out parts of the Liberia 2026 national budget deficit. In a communication addressed to the Speaker Cohn and read during Tuesday plenary session, Boyka urged lawmakers to give the agreement timely consideration, describing the financing as critical to the government fiscal reform agenda and to strengthen governance in the mining sector. So I don't know. The package comprises 2 facilities, an African Development Fund loan of 10.18 million and a transition support facility loan of 1.9 million administered by African Development Bank and the African Development Fund. Together, they amount to 12.11 million. Boyka also told the lawmaker the funds has agreed to extend the financing to support implementation of the government's 2026 fiscal programs that has a budget deficit. So here we are. I told you everywhere Mr. Gamfuan goes, there is budget shortfall. This is the man who says we have $1.2 billion for the first time in the history of the country, and everybody was all over the place. Only, how can you have more money in your budget that you consider surplus and then have a budget shortfall, and now you are taking a loan from the African Development Bank? 16.7 million US dollars to support a budget shortfall. They're taking a loan for their own budget.
The thing is, the loan they're taking is not to even make to say we are going to have investment in the private sector to have returns, but to just satisfy their conditions. So that means, oh man, Mr. Gayman, man, I'm sick, man. So you're taking loan to just give people money to take pay and eat and live. No income to the country, no benefit to the country, but to satisfy the senators, representatives, the ministers, and the president, and those in high part of the country, and those put in high position in government. Because if you tell me, I mean, how much is 60 million that we can raise? So look, Mr. President, can we do a serious measure to cut down the government expenditure on salaries of government officials, ministers, senators, representatives, judges, everybody, in about 40%? Don't we think we can do that and arrive at 60? Why we keep taking loan? Because that loan taking that debt, it will increase. You're gonna pay that debt. That tells us that whoever takes over the government in 2029, in 2030, will be taking the government in serious problem. Because $60 million is what for government to take in loan. 60 million. Well, all about taking $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion in loan from all our big institutions, but we're taking 16 million. Oh man, Mr. Gayman, something is wrong. Look, I think the country is really being poorly managed by governance or government with no capacity. I mean, I will say this to my government, because it's my taxpayer money that is using to run this country. I must say something. I'm not speaking because I don't like somebody, and I don't have to like you. When you are elected as a president for this country, or as a senator, or representative, or they appoint you as a minister, you must work to serve me. Not from to like you. I don't have to like anybody. I don't like my wife and children, my mother and father. That's what I should like. I'm not going to like anybody because you're president, or you're vice president, or you're minister, or you're senator, or you're representative, or you are a judge. No. You are there to serve me. If you can't serve me, then leave the job. Why how much is $60 million to go take in loan? That's no money for a country to take in loan. For a whole government taking that money in loan, we have 1.2. We have 1.2. So Mr. Gayman,
to make payroll.
I mean, that's the point. I think you're saying we're taking $16.2 million to invest in agriculture, to invest in health or something, or to just do what? And the government is already, the budget is already like 75-80% recurrent. So clearly, the 16 million that you want to take, it's not going to do any return to the country, to the people of Liberia. It's not going to be fixing role. Mr. Gayman, you've been seeing of the last 3 days, people in various parts of the country have been complaining, drinking from creeks and rivers. Just the other day, I was following on Facebook. I saw the woman saying somewhere between Bomi and Bapolu, people are drinking from Myean River. And the woman was complaining that they put money up the river. The river is polluted, it's dirty. At the same time, the elephants come to bathe that river. They want to go and get. I don't think that concerning them. Almost snow, man. My own brother and friend, Bomi County. Why are people drinking from creeks and streams today in Liberia in this year? And you want to say, I would have thought the president was saying, look, we don't have money to pay Mr. Senator or Senate Pro Tempore and Speaker. Let's see how we can reduce your income in the next quarter of the year. Reduce that income, reduce their budget. You're giving the Speaker office $500,000 plus for entertainment. Then you go and borrow $60 million to do what? To support budgetary support. That means that budget the money you want to borrow is support the $500,000 allocated in the budget for the Speaker office, which makes no sense. for a poor third world country like this. That's very low. Look, Malabran people, let's think about remove this group from power in 2029. If we don't think it that way, I'm sorry for Liberia. Because I don't see us heading into anywhere positive. This whole group, I don't see them doing things that look like they want to redeem this country and put us in a better position. What is $16 million, Mr. Gayman? How much is that for a country to go borrow? $16 million? Oh God, that's very. Our milk should be borrowing $1 billion, $2 billion as a country, $3 billion, $5 billion to support our infrastructure work, to support our road work. Mark this what I'm telling you now. By 2027 August, you will see more problem with the road condition in the country than what we have now. Because the dirt roads need more money to maintain, to keep up. And by 2027 August, the guys in power will be more concerned about political engagement or staying in power or keeping money for campaign, and they won't be putting money into infrastructure work. That was led to job we are no, Mr. Gayman, I tried like rub left and breath. When we took over 2017, 2019, most of the roads were good. 2018 roads were good. 2019 roads were good. But 2020 midterm election, before the election of 2023, that's when they start having problem with the road, with the dead roads. Roads start getting bad. And once you don't repair the road, 1 year, one reason comes. If one reason comes, the road gets deplorable to the level of no understanding. And I can tell you, if we don't do anything, if the guys don't do anything serious, by 2027 August, we'll start having more difficult road conditions in Liberia because they will not be considering to pay these roads with asphalt or with concrete. And they'll be concerned more about maintaining themselves into office through saving money for themselves, amassing money for campaign, assuming that people are stupid in the country, no matter what happens, they'll go up and get that money on there during the campaign years, and they will vote for them. Mark this word. Mark this word. I know the road between Zredru and Kehleboe Gongloe will have problem. I know the road between Riverside and Sino will have problem. I know the road in between Tapeta and Tota towards Zredru. One is not paved for quota. The reason is these roads I'm talking about, they are covered most time with shade. Once they don't de-shade the roads and reinforce the water will settle in the ground. And the road between Tota and Zredru, about 80% of that road is clay soil. And clay soil is hard to absorb water. And once a truck passes, 2, 3, 5 vehicles pass in a day, they turn the soil with the friction occurring, they will dig the ground. And you have bad roads. And you have bad road between Tapeta and Tota and Zredru. You have bad road between Zredru and Kehleboe Gongloe. You have bad road between Riverside and Sano. You have bad road even on the Peabody road. And by then they will get confused because they will have all the bad road conditions coming at them at the same time. They will get confused. They will don't know what to put money to do anything, and they will get embarrassed. I'm saying there from my experience in this country. Even during my study time, most of the roads that were faced were because of unmade. Because unmade had to travel to these places with their materials and goods, and their troops were deployed. So the most time they repair all these roads. But if the roads that are not paved, they are still dead roads up to August 2027, I can show you, Mr. Gayman, will have more challenges with the dead road because they will not have money to repair all the roads to keep it pliable. I can tell you, for example, I saw that during George Weah time. George Weah bad road conditions started from 2020. From 2020 to 2023, they didn't have money to spend on road again. They were focused on how to campaign, and so they lost direction. That's how the road from Lofa got bad, the road in the southeast got bad, the road in Peabody got bad. Because their roads need consistent maintenance.
Wow. Well, you know, this government is lucky. During the past administration, there were election after election after election. There were midterm election. They were deaf in the Senate and the House of Representatives. There was just election after election after election. Then they had a midterm. Then they had a midterm election. Then they had Ebola. Not Ebola. They had COVID.
COVID.
Yeah, one thing after this government is having a normal 3 years so far. In a few more months, it'll be 3 years, midway. The previous government, from the get-go, it was the organized chaos protest. We're talking about bring back about 25 billion, whatever that was. After that, it went to where the young lady that was in the hospital there, she was making all this noise about Jefferson Koji being a child soldier, Jefferson Koji killing people.
Justina Taylor.
Justina Taylor and her saga, then Costa and his saga, and Darrell Dillon and his, I mean, it was just one thing to another. That is what we call organized chaos. These people, they have no problem why they cannot produce. They have a very cooperative country. They have all the money they want. They got more money than Liberia has ever raised, $1.2 billion. They have the international community giving them all support. The country is quiet. So there is no excuse why they can't produce. There is no reason why we can't have running water to Monrovia. There's no reason why we can't have public utilities. We can't have electricity in Grand Bassa County. After 30 years, they just ran some light along Torgbean Street there. And they are saying by the end of the year, people beyond that community people may be able to get light after 30 years. And this is the leadership that we are talking about. And people want to compare everything that goes wrong in Liberia. They will find a place to say, oh, we were in America, we saw trash on the road, saw trash everywhere. As though it is unacceptable stuff. You want to compare yourself with America or with the third world, or even like Cote d'Ivoire or Guinea or Ghana. You go to Guinea now, people are talking. Mr. Talbot was on this show. Mr. Talbot said he has lived in Guinea for the past 15 years. After the Civil War, he went to Guinea. He been there 15, now going on 20 years, he says. He said the improvement on the infrastructure development and on the society is like night and day. This is a permanent Liberian who now lives in Liberia, saying the differences between the two countries as evidenced by the new railroad is just built from our border all the way down to Corner Creek. That is a major, major transnational development that happened there over a short period of time. And he's talking about infrastructure development. And I was in Sierra Leone last year and seeing the infrastructure development going on there briefly, connecting the airport to the mainland, the bridge, the building, all of these things. These are major billion-dollar infrastructure development. And we are still here talking about we will grid the road, we will grid the road. We are celebrating
talking about $60 billion, $60 million. We're not serious.
People are grading dirt road and Liberian people are dancing. So our expectations of our leaders is so low, that anything somebody like the guy in River says, okay? The guy in River says was actually, he called a press conference and all the chiefs, because he had introduced a small lawnmower to them. That is a development, and they were clapping. Lawnmower, not even the big one, the small one. And the people are around
because now the first of 8 camps are given, the first of 8 camps posting machine cutting. People who are used to working laboriously from 7 in the morning to 7 in the evening brushing, they see a machine cutting grass, they were excited, they were astonished. Because when you keep your population in darkness for a long period of time, the start of a match will be seen as a 40-vote current. And what happened with us in the country, Mr. Gayman? And people in leadership must be deliberate and intentional to know that people deserve better. They don't need to be deceived. Deception is so bad here. These guys who call political leaders in go to the counties, go there with deception. And that's why some of them don't win election. Because we go to the election, go there with open mouth, with sincerity and commitment, and tell them what it looks like and how we will build this place. And they see us as they made an NGO man. They want to see a man come and fool them, talk big things, and tell them this particular place I will build skyscraper here. And what is so imaginary to them, they follow that. But Mr. Gayman, in this country, Mr. Gayman, Liberia, in this Morovia, I got a boy into spend some time. The day the boy went in the bathroom and experienced shower. You know, open the water, the shower was on your head. The boy jumped under the bathroom. So what happened? He said, water come from in the air. I said, yeah, but how it should be. He said, but how that's the way it should be. He said, oh, for true? I said, yes, go there. The other side, the red, when you see the red, it means hot water. The blue means cold water. If you open the red entirely, it will burn you. Make sure open the blue a little bit, open the red a little bit, make it lukewarm for your comfort. This young boy could not leave the shower. He went by there. He didn't want to come outdoor because he was just enjoying with the water and it was falling on him.
Like in the interior, it raining, the children going in the rain and having fun.
Exactly. So how many homes in Liberia, how many Liberians have that kind of access? People are still using bucket. Until one of my brothers went to the US, he said, Johnny, the people are I see bucket in the bathroom. I said, yeah, no bucket there. He said, Johnny, I can't. I asked him for the bath bucket. I said, no bath bucket in our country. Just go in the bathroom, open the shower, you take your bath. Is that impossible for us in Liberia? I said, no, it's not impossible. Every home in this country should have running water because Liberia is not a drought country. Liberia is a water-prone country. Anywhere you dig 100 meters in the country, you get water.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
But because we got poor management, and again, I went to the place yesterday, your place yesterday. I was even afraid of the flow of water in the place. Again, yeah. We thought it after the show.
Oh, yeah, all those big homes, you see the guy who built that big fence, they don't know that when you build all these you have a feature. I don't know who made you to buy that place or build house there. I mean, you have a feature problem with water. Obviously, because look.
I managed to drive there with my vehicle. Even my brother was saying, we'll get stuck. I said, no, we'll go. We managed to drive through to get to the house with my vehicle. Yesterday, Mr. Gayman. I'm here telling you, people, government is about 7 people. And you got to set them with system. We should have land use plan. I mean, we can have another day to discuss this issue. Land use plan, where to build, what kind of house. Mr. Gayman, in your place, if I were to see that place take the bill, I will tell you, do not build flat house. Build pillows and build a house up. Let the land owner be free for water. Because last thing you build over there, it's going to get you. If your neighbors and you don't have better coordination to open drainages and let water go down, you're going to have a serious problem with water in that place.
Look, you see the guys are building their fences everywhere. So the water got nowhere to go. Because there is no code, there's nothing. And I'm talking to these guys, you can't just build fence everywhere. He said
the issue is there is no policy on land use activities. Or if we have policy or regulation, there is not being enforced. I'm saying this, okay, I want to get background. I did studies in Holland on land governance for development. And Holland is a land-prone country. I mean, it's a water-prone country. Yeah. Water is everywhere in Holland. Almost like 70% of Holland is all water. They are below sea level. Right? The way they control their waterways in Holland, in that place, to ensure that there's no overflow, there's no flow, flow and things. And Holland has 17 million people living in that country. We are here less than 6 million, or let's say we are 6 million Liberian people. How are we planning our population in line with land use activities? How do we use our land to preserve our waterways, to preserve our wetland, to use the high ground to construct and live peacefully and enjoy this country? What is high about that? Well, why are we not, if we have policies, why are we not applying these policies? Why are we not enforcing these policies, these regulations? People build, and most of you guys from the diaspora, you are also playing a major role in this thing. If you go on the freeway along the Doe River area there, you guys got money in the US, you are sending money here, they will go and dig there from somewhere and can refill and backfill the wetland and build your houses there. So now I said, I can't be laughing. I said, you guys don't know what, I think the money they're making out of drug or some armed deal they're making. Because you can't be making your money and want to spend it on things that will be challenging to you. So you guys spend almost like 100,000 to just build foundation in waterway. It makes sense to you? You won't ask question, why are we spending this amount of money to build foundation? Or we have all the dry land in Kehleboe, all the dry land in Kakata, all the dry land on Birmingham Highway. But you must live in Morovia, you must buy a wetland, a place. Look, when I learn geography, we listen about what? Man against nature. We call it environmental determinism. When nature tells you that this place is a natural waterway, you go do anything there, you wasting your time. Water will always come there. Once you get 2-3 hour rainfall, you imagine the SKD got flooded today. SKD complex, the whole front view was flooded. Nobody could drive there easily, like a river. Because SKD were building a wetland. That whole place is a wetland. That whole SKD ground is a wetland. And I'm sure when Chinese people build that place, they give us plan as to how to address those issues to maintain that stadium.
And we chose to do it the cheapest way.
And I don't know what they did there. You know, and now the place is getting close, or people are building and closing all the waterways around the stadium. So once you have an hour or 2 hour, 3 hour rainfall, I mean, this morning the whole SKD front view was flooded like a river. I'm sure if you have look on the Facebook today for Liberia, you will have seen it. So I mean, look, we have. That's why today one woman asked me, we had a program I just came from. I said, Johnny, do you think the woman will stay buying power for the next 2029? I say it depends on your Liberia people. You gotta sit and look and see what is happening. What do you know? What do you expect from the government? Is the government doing what you expected from them? If they're doing what they're doing, what is better for them, fine. If they are not doing what is better, it left with you. You decide whether you will keep them or not. You decide where you want to keep them. Some of us, we are here. We want to go for this country for all to live happily. God has blessed all the sea places around here and have some information, some knowledge to move. I mean, Mr. Gayman, I would not have been pleased to send my children to go to school in Rwanda. Imagine my son today, for information and congratulations to him, my son Johnny David, today graduated from high school in Rwanda. He passed the SAT test and he graduated today from high school. Do you know how much I pay? Do you know how much I pay for a graduation fee in high school in Rwanda, Mr. Gayman? $20 US. To the school. Right, to the school. I mean, for him, the school wanted him to wear kosu, so we pay $100 to buy a kosu and shoes and things. And then he chartered a car for the whole day. I did for $500 for him and his friends to go hang out because I'm not there. The mother is not there, so he's there with his sister, so they can go hang out. But overall graduation today for him, for the school requirement, it was $20 US. Then for him to get his clothes to wear and get a vehicle rented to take him around today for entertainment celebration, $125. In Liberia, kindergarten children graduating from nursery school, you spend almost $100, $200 to graduate before you say 6th grade or 9th grade or 12th grade. But what I'm saying to you is that if we had a strong system here, I didn't have to send my children to go to school in Rwanda, but because I want to get them educated even more than me. So whatever I work for over the years that I've been trying to save, I'm spending on them to give them a chance to learn and be more than me so they can be able to take care of me in my retired life. Because that's our culture from Lofa. We invest in our children so they can take care of us when we retire. And that's what I know. You understand? So how many families in Liberia had that opportunity? If I wasn't blessed to have this job with this international NGO, work for over the years, and managing myself in a way that planning for my children's future tomorrow, How many persons get that opportunity? What is the opportunity created by the government for the Liberian people to have saving, to have retirement money? You work all your life. When you reach the 65, 70, retire from government, you go back to poverty. You go to extreme poverty. Why is the safety net, social safety net for our population? That when you reach 70, you can sit, like you know, Mr. Gayman, remember you relax. When you retire, you don't have to worry about anything, your health, your insurance, whatever, you are relaxed until God calls you. Even though you die, your children have to worry about how to bury you. But how many families, how many people in Liberia have that opportunity? People are living in worry about how they will be buried when they die. How do we eat tomorrow? Someone have worked for their country so sincerely for the last 30, 40 years. They've been retired with nothing. Even pension fee they get, pension they take. Imagine somebody's pension by government, they're taking 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, $10,000, $10,000, which is $50 US. Pension Liberians who have served the country for 25 or more years for the security sector, police, NSA, LIS, fire service, wherever they have served in other government sector, they've been retired or pension. Their salary, their pension money is anywhere between 7,000, 10,000. I don't know which one they're making, maybe 20,000 up to $100 US per month. How will you expect people to be patriotic to the country when the country does not serve them, does not even give them the benefit of their citizenship? So why do you think you are the American people? Why do you think the Americans respect America so much? Why you have a bad president, a good president? The people still see America as a great country because America cares for its citizens, its people. And Liberia and America have strong ties. Why are we not copying the American system in this country? Less than 10 million people in this country. What is hard to even make Liberia govern like Georgia, like New York, like Arizona, like Pennsylvania or Delaware? How can Liberia and say, look, Liberia is like Delaware, let money Liberia like Delaware? What is wrong with us in this country? And almost all the leaders in the country have gone and lived in America and gone to school in America.
Johnny, what's about what the guy from South Africa said yesterday? He says the problem with most African countries is we elect only poor people. So these are folks who bring nothing to the table. Their primary responsibility is to take. So they got nothing to lose. Their job is to loot, take what they can and leave. Liberia does not believe in electing someone like Simeon Freeman, who is self-sufficient. $5,000 will not make him, make him to go crazy. Where Yuri is there, these are people who come from money. We got Cummings, Musa Ability. I mean, everybody bring their own baggages, but these people have managed something. They have made some money. They know how to manage something. But the Liberian people say those are not the people they want. Look at you with the wealth of information, experience you have internationally. The people in Lofa say you are not like them. You went to school in Holland. You're not. Why would I want to take somebody that went to school in Holland?
Mr. Gayman, let me tell you one fun. When I arrived in Holland and I was taken to my campus, and I saw what was around me, Mr. Gayman, between me and you, I will say the public. I went and dug my toes in the soil. Like I was digging in the soil to know whether the same soil in Liberia, the same soil in the. Look, I wondering why are people making any progress and we get made the same progress. Look, Mr. Gayman, I want to go study about land governance. So we're doing this urban planning course. That going to give us a background of Utrecht City. Utrecht is a city, small city in Holland. Not even Amsterdam or anywhere else or Notre Dame. I mean, whatever. It's Utrecht City, small town, small place. Telling us 1925 where they were, 1935, 10 years after, 1945, World War II, 1955, 65, 1985, and the progress being made where they were growing and making progress, changing educational program, changing this. Then when we're doing social housing programs of Mr. Gayman,
Mm-hmm.
look, all of us that came from third world countries, were shocked. The guys were breaking a house that, they were breaking down a place that, if it were in Liberia, would say, you're wasting money. and we went on the excursion, right? Instead, we are breaking into this building. This building is 25 years old, and the substance in the building is not strong enough. We want to redesign the building. And that place was a social housing program where people of certain social status in terms of their income, they live in that community. And when your income increases, you are made to leave that place and move forward to another place.
Yeah.
We want to see that place again, man. This place have running water, stable current, elevator, everything there, but it was already abandoned. They're going to break it down. So I have my friend, my Nepali friend, Amandra. He said, Johnny, why are they breaking this place down? I said, because the guys told us that it's 25 years and they have to change the form and improve the place. He said, but this in Nepal, we can't break it. This is still going to be value. I said, you're right. It's still valuable. People are saying to you that this building has no more value. They're going to break it down and rebuild with new design to accommodate more people based on their social status in Liberia. I mean, in Holland, right? So now in Liberia, we got all these blind people in the street begging. What is our social program to address the disabled community, to stay home, and we can train them into using whatever skill they have to support themselves and support the economy? Every day I feel bad when I'm driving through the street. I see our mothers and sisters with children below 15 years old with them begging. Babies. Blind men, blind women. So that today, to be frank, today I invited one of them to Dopoh Junction. I said, you know what? I'll tell your man, you gather yourself, you go to rehab the bucket horse. And Liberia said, why? I said, because he's the one responsible for all of us. His policy, his systems, his agenda for governing this country should include us in the system to take care of us. So me, if I give you $50 every day, I pass there, I will not help you. So you tell your man, you go organize all of y'all from here, from Dopoh Road Junction, from Jersey Road Junction, from 72nd Junction, you go organize, you go to President Bucket House to rehab. And you tell him you want him to put you in his plan to respond to your condition. I can't help you as an individual.
Is it his office, was it his office in charge of the group of 77?
Yeah, I think when you were vice president, I think his wife, was in charge of group of 77.
Uh-huh. So yes, that would be a good place for them to go. But yes, when talking about the place that I purchased over there, I was talking to the neighbors in Tingo Village. Once I erect my fence, okay, just imagine how bad it will look now when I erect my fence, right? The water will absolutely have no other way to go. People down from us on the other side, they would need canoe. because everybody is built. And when most of these people are building in the alleyway, even when you leave the main road, you kind of rehab junction before you turn into our place. The man built it. I don't know whether it's a hotel, that big thing. They just built
exactly
in the middle.
Exactly. Because no urban planning is being enforced in this country. And people are here with that skill. Look, Mr. Gayman, at the University of Liberia, they have a graduate program called Regional Planning. That's where I got my master's from graduate study from. And people sometimes overload Liberia because they are not in trial the system. I went to that school. I realized that this graduate program was intended by President Tomalin to build a capacity for Liberians when you're getting ready to move Liberia through development work. At that school, you learn urban planning, you learn rural planning, you learn health system planning, you learn transport planning, you learn what else? Manpower development. It's all about planning, social planning, right? You learn, so you learn economic planning, you do all of that. We have that school in Liberia. Why are we failing? You even learn about what? Property law, development law. I know my professor was one Mr. the Women Past Councilor, Monday Gray. He taught me property law, development law. How do you apply laws about constructing, where to construct, how to create alleyways, how to recognize waterways, and everything else. Mr. Gayman, it is taught at the University of Liberia, regional plan. That's where I graduated from. I didn't go to school in Holland. Holland was just a short course. Well, yeah, a short course, and not like a full-time academic thing I did. But my real full-time graduate study was done at the University of Liberia. So I gave credit to you even more than what I did at that school, at Utrecht University. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is in this country, we are more political than substantial capacity in terms of working or being able to deliver on your assignment. If you made me Minister of Internal Affairs and the government decide that they want to really do development in this country, that is the department of government that is responsible for internal development, community development. You got all the people, you got things basically just roaming. I mean, it's so disorganized. We just keep building and going. Nobody got time. You building in the alley, wherever you keep building and building and building. No organization, no structure. You go to work car with the same way. You go towards Tomalin, Birmingham with the same thing. Virginia going towards how you call the place? Tomalin. You go Rafi House with the same way. Go back stand. And now you think of village place. I mean, just building any kind of way. No organization. So that's social chaos. That's urban chaos we have it right there. So what is the Ministry of Internal Affairs doing? Department of Urban Affairs. What are they doing along with the state mayors, the leaders in the community, Power Ministry, EPA? Because they all need to collaborate to ensure that systems are applied and enforced for the good of everybody. What's going on with this country? What's going on here? No, we don't need Chinese here. We don't need Japanese here. We don't need Americans here. Liberians here have learned. They have gone to all these countries. They are educated. They are here. Let's just leave politics aside. Look for the qualified Liberian to serve the Liberian government, Liberian people. You're so happy.
So, Johnny, what you call qualified? Talk to me about qualification.
People who know what they're doing, people who know their field of study.
How you
like,
know?
That means Mr. Gayman, right? I have experience in the government. If you make me Internal Minister, and I will first of all, I will give you my plan of action in terms of local development, local government management system, per region, per county, per district. And we ensure that we have a national plan that will lead to growth and development economically. If you make me say yourself or Pinsville, I don't need to wait for government money. The Senate Corporation has its own way to even take loan and pay back the loan based on your governance of the city corporation. Mr. Gayman, when I was doing that regional planning training, we did a course called From Waste to Wealth. How do you turn waste into income? How to income generation? Those concepts are there. If I discuss with you waste management library, you think I'm a waste management expert. You know, waste and population are proportional. More human being, more waste. Less human being, less waste. Simple. Like you make it simple. If you alone live in a house, in a house, you don't need caretaker for every month. Maybe once a month, you clean your house once a month. The level of waste in your house will be less. When you become 2, it starts increasing. 3, 4, 5, 6, then you got more waste in the house. Right? So, same thing with population with the country. Pinsville is the #1 populated district in the whole Liberia. Even by electoral district, this is #4. They go in election. We have 71,000 people living here, and from 18 years and above that will vote. So you must know less than 18 years people will stay here plenty. And every living person generates a waste. What is our plan to manage and control waste in a way that it becomes income generation for the community or for the district or for the city corporation? You think to put policemen around when somebody park in the wrong place, you go put on your own. First of all, you build a road that is so narrow and assuming that everybody should get your own speed going, nobody should stop. Somebody park somewhere to buy something from the shop, they can't put hook on your tire. No sign that says no parking, no this. But they got a gas on motorbike or in car driving around, they will get anywhere they see they get embarrass you and put some hook on your car because they want to raise money or they want to take some money from you. These things to be planned, gotta be organized systematically. Then when you organize it, the citizens start taking part in the process. Right? That's how we do. But if everything is centered on central government, It will be difficult. So I'm saying qualification, people who know what to do. Mr. Gayman, if right now you are managing an organization or an enterprise or business in America, you are succeeding because you know what you're doing there. You know what you're supposed to do. You know what our job or what our entity is about, what their goal is, what they supposed to achieve. And your capacity that you have in you, your mindset about it, you will make progress, you will develop it, it will go further. Don't give me a job because I'm from Lofa, or because I was shouting, I will say behind you, or because give me the job because you think I can do the job. And if I can't do it, evaluate me. The president should have a team in his office to evaluate all his ministers based on their duties that should be performing. Where I work, every 3 months, 6 months, we do perform evaluation.
Of course.
I do evaluation of my staff. They evaluate me, and they say evaluate me. I evaluate them. Then the report goes to senior management. So again, you don't evaluate. You have a target that you're working towards. Because again, you got an entity. Your target for this, or your plan for this 2026, is to make sure that you open additional 2 or 3 departments in other states. How do you do it? You got all these activities laid out. How will you achieve it? You got it. Your objectives are all laid out. Every 3 months, you evaluate what you have done. In your second month, you will know exactly whether you achieve your goal or not. But when as you go there mid-year, you will know whether you achieve it or not. It's not magic. So, for example, if the arrest agenda was set up with an M&E component attached to it, every 2 years we achieve this. Second 2 years we achieve this. The last 2 years will be our year of election. We'll do this. But by December of this year, if the president sits with people who know what he wanted to do when he took over in 2024 and review his agenda for Liberia Day arrest, sanitation, agriculture, education, health, transportation, everything else, you put it into that metrics, that framework, and you begin to evaluate them. Where are we with transportation planning in this country? Where are we with sanitation? Where are we with education? Where are we with security? Where are we with tourism and sanitation? We do all of that. By the end of 2023, by 2026, President Bokar should know that he has achieved or not achieved, or he will not achieve or he will achieve. Because the level of achievement done in half of this 6 years will tell you that, yes, in 2027, I will achieve this. 28, I will achieve that. Of course, then 28, I will tell the people that I promise you I will do this. And of course, I reach to the level.
Well, they are very good at making PowerPoint presentation. They will come out and do the photograph, glossy paperwork. They go to AI, make it look good, and they tell the president, next slide, please, next slide. Next slide, please. And then they stay there and clap among themselves. We've been talking about even the yellow machine. We don't talk about it anymore. Where are the yellow?
Where are they? Give me, where are they?
You in Monrovia? I saw you with your yellow suit on. What happened to your yellow suit?
No, don't say that. I will never wear yellow suit because I don't believe that yellow suit idea. Look, and I understand the budget that was drafted, that was talked about recently when they hired Kehleboe and was suspended or expelled. The committee served by the president make a request at the 4 million or plus just for the building of infrastructure to transport the yellow machine to the various stations to be posted. So now we're talking about $16 million that they want to take in loan. Maybe the $16 million that they want to take is to support the yellow machine program. Because last time I saw something on Facebook, how true is it, that the yellow machine arrangement is still having problem with payment of that money or whatever it is. But again, the brain politicians and accept that the money that I know will not get in deception like at that kind of level of people. It was terrible. But machine is here now. So yellow machine is here. The rain is coming. And I'm sure that they will not pave the road quota from Seleke to Tapeta to Shredu between now to August, September, or December.
Fix my road from the main road, re-article the place, my junction, the Jeff the road. I'm not even talking about Tapeta. I'm talking about right over there in Tingles Village, not even a mile. Don't even go there. Just talk about Monrovia right there. If they even do that, okay?
Yeah.
You call it, what they call it, Guest House Junction when you're coming from Monrovia?
Yeah, Guest House Junction. Yeah, that's a banana. I think that's what is to have Banana Lodge Junction.
right there. You can't even do
Yeah.
that less than a mile. You can't even do that. You want to talk about Tapeta and the southeast. I mean, you live in a city.
And I think the government, I think the 60 million also they want to take care of, the tax that were organized by President Walker again, and illegal money tax force. I mean, that's another thing that really doesn't make sense to me, Mr. Gilman. We already have county structures in the county. You have superintendent, you have commissioner or commissioners, you have paramount chiefs, you got clan chiefs, you got sectional chiefs, you got town chiefs. How can all these organizations or these structures remain in place? Somebody goes and do illegal money, and no people are aware they can take action. So why form a task force? For me, a task force just suggests that the government has just failed, miserably failed.
To create jobs for partisans, because I mean, just the last time they created another committee on healthcare to do something. Then they have something in education, another one, and then now in lands and mines they are now creating another one. What they say after mining activities now is another committee that's supposed to deal with when the companies leave, after the companies miners, after the mining corporations leave, what will happen?
But Mr. Gayman, these things should be in the contract.
Of course.
Okay. Gayman contract, Gayman and Sons Incorporated want to do gold mining in district number 5 in Grand Bassa. In this MOU or this contract, it should be indicated all what you should do while you're doing the mining. Everywhere you mine, when you finish and you consider as non-incident to you, you must refill and cover it to make it useful for agricultural purpose. Simple. And now I keep saying, who do you have as ministers in those places that have the thinking faculty to understand these things? Should it be always about creating opportunity to get people a job?
That's what it is. But anyway, Johnny, we got 3 minutes. Do your closing so we can. I heard you for so long. We want to give our employees on the ground a break. At least it will be midnight, 2 minutes to midnight. So take us home.
Well, let me say thank you to Mr. Gilman and the Freedom FM and True FM for today's show. I want to say a short thing in Loma. Mamenti Kaurati, Zovieti, Kakawulabe, Kakawulu, Nantema, Johnny Quibli, Kule, Lofa Kante. Ada whatever is in it, Sri Mazuza, Eka, President Eka Masaki. Ada about it, Yan Va Fava. Twice I got no money to Sri Mafama. And the tenant, ni money Eka Fava, Casrive, Casriula Fazo. Ega Ulo Fatu Katega Nuole. Casriula Fazuaka, Stavila Wuti, Pliti, Zieve, Body J, Mama Gavazi War. Abu weni ita iluka mane isitima na mane de mafeti ka uroba kroveni tunguti tu kove uru to krova go ma wuri nyanya teka nubi te suma fama no flama we pin ka nu zo be ti ka wala woba atene we ma ebe ka wala wala suiva suise bli bani ezi na zo ni ba ru te ma kokini ebe suise ma kokini fani ebe suizo abu ka wala ma ewusiri elo pampan gazolo kanugite emerega sukusufa ni dabo tema deva na ziguba keva na ziguba gazu pan na mane kawreke elo kokini veva juizo ereke ni twa juini ma va ya gusuba twa juini ba do suini azo ga fanyo ade ba juima ade juilo fazo so na game I'm telling the old man in Loma that please do your best to stand strong as president for Liberia, as a head for this country, to ensure that Liberians benefit from their country. It's not just about you as president and your followers. You are a leader for all of us, make us to benefit this country. The final thing I said about the cocaine business, we got a parable in Loma. When it comes to applying the law, they say no man business, no power business, but strict the law. Strict the law. So I'm saying when it comes to the drug, no man business, no power business, no family business. Let the law take its course. Even if it touches your mother or your father, let the Lord take its course in the best interest of Liberian people. So thank you, Mr. Gayman, and may God bless Liberia. May God bless the rest of the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. It's 8 o'clock on the dot. Thank you very much for tuning in to our friends and brothers, our families on Truth FM. Thank you very much, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. God bless.